Powered by the Montana Television Network. This is the 10 o'clock news on Q2, Montana's news leader.
Good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Jeanelle Slade.
And I'm Russ Riesinger. Tonight, an update as we look at both Lockwood and Shepherd Schools' efforts to improve.
As one of the districts makes progress on its construction, the other lays out plans to ask for more money to try again.
In February, crews broke ground to launch the construction of a new Lockwood High School, a $49.9 million project.
Well, today, Q2's Zoe Zandora ventured out to Lockwood to check on the progress.
Construction is underway at the new Lockwood High School, set to be completed with updated security, a large gym, and auditorium that will seat up to 700 people, and spaces for career and tech education. Now, construction of the $49.9 million high school is on schedule, and the superintendent, Tobin Novasio, says things are on a roll.
Yeah, I think people are just really surprised at how fast things are going up. A lot of the work at first on any construction project is in the dirt work, and nobody really notices that. And then once that is put in place, then things start to pop up real fast. And I think that's been real fun for our community to see that and watch that.
Construction of the Performing Arts Center is underway, being made of precast concrete panels that are 10 by 47 feet and weigh around 26 tons, which is why you can see they have to be individually placed by a crane.
What's next? Well, there's many moving parts. Once the auditorium or Performing Arts Center is done, concrete panels will be set for the competition gym.
Obviously, while that work's going on, they're still working on the auxiliary building, which is where our high school students will be housed next year. And then if you look over here in the field over here, they're actually starting to do the dirt work and the groundwork for the football, soccer, and track stadium.
Novasio says it's amazing the work Langlass and Associates have done and how organized they have kept things.
We've had approximately 70 construction workers on site every day right now, and as soon as school's out in 2 weeks, that number's going to jump up to over 100.
Not only is the high school new, the new logos have been revealed as well. Take a look at the Lockwood Lions logos. In Lockwood, Zoe Zandora, MTN News.
All right, thanks, Zoe.
Now, the community was supposed to get an update with a walkthrough tomorrow, but due to the weather, it'll now happen on Tuesday, the 28th at 6 p.m.
Well, the Shepherd School District will soon ask voters to help fund major improvements to the school again.
Q2's Samantha Sullivan has more on what leaders are doing next to get it there. Sammy?
Russ and Jeanelle, a $17 million bond failed earlier this month. Now school officials are back to the drawing board looking to find a path forward. A series of meetings over the next couple of weeks will allow the community to express their opinions on the plans and where they believe the district can cut to make the ask a little easier for voters to swallow. The first meeting is tomorrow night at the high school gym. The district is looking to make major improvements to their existing buildings and add on additional space as well to meet the growth of their student population. Some of the other items the district wants to address include the condemned kindergarten building that students had to be moved out of at the start of this year, as well as building security issues. The district does hope to have a revised bond in front of voters in the fall.
Well, a U.S. Supreme Court ruling could have long-lasting impacts on historic treaty rights. Clayton Herrera, a member of the Crow tribe, has spent years fighting the state of Wyoming after he was charged with game violations for pursuing an elk across the Crow reservation line. Well, today the U.S. Supreme Court decided in Herrera's favor, affirming that the Crow tribe's hunting rights under the 1868 Treaty of Fort Laramie are still valid. Wyoming had argued that the treaty rights ended when Wyoming became a state. The case could set a precedent for tribal hunting rights and the application of Indian treaties today. The American Civil Liberties Union called the ruling a huge win for Clayton Herrera, the Crow tribe, and tribes across the country that entered treaties with the federal government.
Well, local Democratic groups merged in downtown Billings tonight to share legislative successes and shortcomings. Representatives from Planned Parenthood, Forward Montana, Western Native Voice, and other groups met at this House of Books. One of the highlighted successes out of the 2019 session, the Montana Human Rights Network was able to reach out to more Native voters than in recent memory. Planned Parenthood representatives applauded Governor Steve Bullock's veto of House Bill 500. That bill would have prevented abortions being conducted after 20 weeks of pregnancy. Now, on the list of disappointments, House Representative Emma Kerr Carpenter spoke with Q2 about the failure to pass the preschool funding bill.
I really think that is something as a state we are going to have to continue to look at. It is, in my mind, a travesty that we were not able to get that done. We have hundreds and thousands of preschoolers and hundreds of families for whom that is critical care. It is really important for setting children up for success in adulthood. They learn important social skills, and the fact that we didn't get it done, and to say nothing of all the teachers that are hired through that we didn't get it done is awful.
Now, Representative Kerr Carpenter also praised the Fighting 42, the group of Democrats in the House, for a unified effort during this session.
Millions of Americans are on high alert tonight. They are bracing for tornadoes, flash floods, and hurricane-force winds. Courtney Zabowski reports from Ardmore, Oklahoma.
The Southern Plains was a dangerous place to be on Monday.
You folks in Mangum, you got to go to your safe spot. You've got about 5 minutes. You've got 5 minutes in Mangum to go to your safe spot.
The National Weather Service posted an unusually strong warning for the region. It said there was a high risk of potentially dangerous storms that could bring tornadoes and flooding to the area. Numerous tornadoes have already been spotted in Texas and Kansas. This one approached Mangum in southwestern Oklahoma. The town narrowly avoided a direct hit when the twister changed direction.
I've been chasing 20 years. Me and my wife Patty have been 20 years we've been doing this, and we've seen 4 or 5 of these setups.
People are watching the skies for other dangers besides tornadoes. The forecast calls for nearly a foot of rain to fall in Texas and Oklahoma, along with severe hail and wind gusting up to 75 miles an hour. As unusual as the storm system's strength is its staying power. Since Friday, dozens of tornadoes have touched down in the lower Midwest and Plains, and they could continue well into Tuesday morning. Courtney Zabowski, CBS News, Ardmore, Oklahoma.
Well, today marked 6 years since an F5 tornado claimed 24 lives in Moore, Oklahoma.
Well, here at home on the weather scene, Bob McGuire. The weather here is not quite the ultimate May forecast in Montana, but it's better.
We don't have tornadoes anyway,
Yeah.
at least this week. Anyway, let me show you what's happening. We go back to last week. Remember how much rain we had last week? Here in Billings, we had 133. Miles City had 114. Glasgow had 0.91. And Great Falls had 0.88. Now take a look at what we're expecting this week. I think here in the Billings area by Saturday, 10 o'clock, going to be about 88 of an inch of rainfall. Elsewhere around southern Montana, looking for maybe one little more, 1 to 2 inches of rainfall expected across the region. Now, because of that, we're expecting to see some flood watches. We got some flooding issues beginning on Tuesday night going through Saturday morning. Rural non-paved roads may become impassable due to all the heavy rain and flooding in that region. Plus, we have a winter storm watch up in the Crazies. The Beartooth and the Bighorn Mountains could see a foot or more of snow up there. And also up here by Marr County, Cascade, Judith Basin, and also Fergus County could see 4 to 10 inches of snow in that area above the 6,000 foot level. It's going to be an interesting week here as we see more rain and snow across the region.
All right, thanks, Bob. Well, while wildfire season has yet to spark in Montana, our neighbors to the north already battling multiple blazes. Alberta Wildfire reports at least 6 out-of-control fires in the province. A mandatory evacuation order issued today for the parts of the town in high level. That's in the northern part of Alberta. Now, the area is threatened by the Chuck Egg Creek wildfire, which is now more than 170,000 acres in size.
Well, coming up on tonight's 10 o'clock news, it is a historic former hotel getting some housekeeping over in Florence. We'll check in and check out the upgrades.
We'll track where Miss Montana is on its journey to Normandy. We'll have the latest on the flight pattern.
And then later in sports, a big money weekend for Montana bull riders Matt Triplett and Jess Lockwood. Scott will show us how they cashed in at Albuquerque.
You're watching MTN News with Jeanelle Slade and Russ Riesinger. Storm Tracker weather with Bob McGuire. And sports with Scott Breen. This is the 10 o'clock news on Q2, Montana's news leader.